Good day, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Military and Foreign Affairs Network. I am your host, the voice of reason. In this video, we're going to look at another lesson in insanity, and we're going to talk more about the substance and the sickness in this video. So something has come to my attention that is incredibly concerning for me, and I'm trying to understand the why behind this, and I can't really grasp it. I don't understand it. It has no rationale. It has no reason to it. So in several cities inside the United States, these are mainly very far left cities that are incredibly pro substance. And obviously, if you feel, let me kind of back up a little bit here. By all means, if you feel that you should go take the substance to possibly prevent the sickness, then by all means, you should do it. Absolutely, 100%. But that is your choice, and you have the right to make that choice. Without a shadow of a doubt, if you feel that way, then absolutely you should do that. And in all likelihood, you will be fine. You will be okay. Now, with that being said, what is happening in these cities now is the local health department inside of these cities are telling doctors' offices, licensed medical personnel inside of these cities, that everyone must receive the substance, and if they do not receive the substance, they will face fines of up to $5,000 per day. If they are operating a medical clinic, a physician's office, anything that has to do with health, and if you are a licensed practitioner, doctor, nurse, what have you, if you have not received the substance, you will be fined $5,000 a day. Okay? Think about that for a second. Now, with that being said, of course, a lot of doctors, a lot of nurses are going to go out and receive the substance. And just like I talked about at the beginning of the video, that is fine. It's okay. I am not an anti-substance person. I have taken other substances, such as the flu shot. I've taken it in the past. Fine with it. Now, if you have a doctor who experienced the sickness in the early stages of the outbreak, and that doctor recovered from the sickness, the probability of him getting the sickness is fairly remote. So the question is why should he have to receive the substance and possibly impact his health? And I'll get to that, the whole equation in terms of it impacting your health, because it can. It absolutely can. There are costs and there are benefits to everything. And I'll get to that in a second. So if you are a doctor and you have had the sickness and you desire not to take the substance, and again, you are a doctor who decides to go to your own doctor who treats you physically, as doctors normally don't treat themselves. They have other doctors prescribe medications for them or have them checked out by another doctor. And there's something known as contraindications. That would mean that you and your doctor sit down and you look at your medical history And in this case, let's say you have had the sickness before, and maybe there's an underlying issue that you feel and your doctor feels that you should not take the substance. There are no contraindications right now by the CDC that would prevent someone from taking the substance. That should be a big concern. You could have had organ failure from the original sickness, and basically, to some extent, you are putting an element of the sickness back into you, in which you could have that sort of problem. But my point being, they are not even giving these medical professionals the right to make that choice. And the concept of, well, you need to take the substance to prevent spreading the substance doesn't hold water. Because we are seeing hundreds and hundreds and thousands of people who have taken the substance and are still getting the sickness and can still spread the sickness. So then the question is, why? Why is there this unrelenting push to get everyone to take this substance, whether they want it or not, or need it or not? Facts. Whole truth, nothing but the truth. It is a fact that 8,000, and this is from the CDC's own website, okay? 8,390 people have dropped dead after taking the substance. Over 8,000 people have dropped dead. No underlying health issues at the time, possibly. I mean, obviously, some people do, some people don't, but there have been obviously cases where a perfectly healthy person has gone in, taken the substance, bam, dead. Fact. Now, the vast majority of people who go take the substance, doesn't happen that way, okay? And if you do, again, I'm going to backtrack. If you do have an issue, an underlying issue, or you feel you need to take the substance, take the substance. But for people who have had the sickness, recovered from the sickness, I don't understand it. I don't get it. I just do not understand it. And I've never seen a drive that is so focused, so unrelenting, that is not following the science. It is not following the science. If you have had the sickness and you have recovered from the sickness, why do you need to take the substance? There should be a choice there. And there's not. If you're a doctor, medical health professional, you are going to get fined. You may lose your license because you will not take this substance. And you can't hide from the fact that these companies, that these giant mega pharmaceutical companies are making billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars. It is an absolute truth. I predict 5-10 years from now, when this dust settles and we look back on this insanity, there is going to be accountability. There is going to be repercussions. This is insanity, what is happening right now. On one hand, the left is do what you will, it's your body, it's your right, you have the ability, you should have the right to do this. What's going on in Texas right now. But on the other hand, oh, wait a minute. But so why? Could it be the lobbying efforts of these giant pharmaceutical companies? Could it be something else that we aren't aware of. Why? Why is there this drive, this insane pressure? It is, we're looking at medical apartheid right now. Quite literally, medical apartheid, medical segregation for those who may have gotten over the sickness and just don't want to take the substance versus the people who have chosen to take the substance. Hawaii. Go to Hawaii, try to get into a restaurant without having a substance card, something that shows that you have taken the you could have had COVID, you could have had the sickness, and gotten over it, but that will not allow you to enter a restaurant inside of Hawaii. Something's got to give here. This is just craziness. Anyway, I think I've vented enough. Have a good day, folks.